Welcome to the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series, Season 4, Round 1. We are here for the Daytona 500. Speed Weeks has been good so far with a great finish to the Bud Shootout. Starting on the pole today is going to be Jacob Cook, and alongside him is Ziggy Bain. Third is Courtney Simpson. Fourth is Evan Earnhardt. Fifth, Justin Perry. Sixth, John Dawson. Seventh, Christian James. Eighth, Garrett Jones. Ninth, Michael Harvey. And running out the top 10 is John Dillon. And we will now look at the rest of the starting lineup for the Daytona 500. Andrew Waltrip, Dion Petty, Carter Keselowski, Joseph Bryant, Sean Galligan, Greg Jones, Seth Cole, Phil Jones, Julie Stewart, Jack Richards, Alexander Dawson, CJ Sorensen, Matthew McMurray, Connor Breton, John Worry, Andrew Schwartz, Gino Harvey, Stephen Dillon, Kurt Keselowski, Kyle Smith, Danny Wells, Austin Anderson, Zach Buchanan, Mitch Speed, Chris Summers, Dylan Young, Lewis Gordon, Sean Henley, Timmy Pacioli, Charles Jackson, Jacob Lawler, and running out the field is a rookie, Alex Filter. Alright, as we go back to the front, the pace car has got the cars fired up, and we are about to go green in half a lap. The cars are rolling off with Jacob Cook on the pole. He's a rookie. Second is Ziggy Bain. Third, Courtney Simpson. Fourth, Evan Earnhardt. And fifth, Justin Perry. Perry has gone to that 18. He is a new driver there for Joe Gibbs. Evan Earnhardt raced last season. Simpson raced last season. Bain raced last season. So Jacob Cook is the only rookie in the top 5, so it should be interesting to see how this plays out today. A rookie on the pole, Jacob Cook. The former driver of that 97, Justin Perry, will start 5th. And the cars come out of turn 4. Fans are on their feet. The wait for the Daytona 500 is over. Jacob Cook will lead them down. Green flag waves. We're racing in Season 4 of the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. Well, points races at least. Courtney Simpson immediately jumps to the inside. Justin Perry and Christian James will go with her, but she doesn't get enough of a run to the point where she'll be able to make the pass there on Jacob Cook. Jacob Cook, the rookie, leads through 1 and 2. His teammate Courtney Simpson into second now, and Justin Perry is clear into third, but he jumps inside Simpson. Who's going to lead the first lap of Daytona? Jacob Cook looks like he's probably going to be able to, but here comes Courtney Simpson. Courtney Simpson jumps to the inside, and she is going to go to the lead. Like we mentioned in the Bud Shootout, this is a repaved Daytona 500, or Daytona International Speedway, so it should be interesting to see if they are able to handle it with 42 cars instead of just the I believe it was about 20 cars in the Bud Shootout. Let's check in on last season's champion, Sean Galligan. Galligan currently running, well, last time by he was scored 13th. That could be so much different, though, right now. In the DuPont car, right behind Carter Keselowski and just ahead of Seth Cole there. And to the outside of him, Garrett Jones. And as they come through turns 3 and 4, Justin Perry has gone to the point here, and he's going to lead out of turn 4 and probably lead the second lap here. And he cuts off James. Justin Perry will lead lap 3, or lap 2. We're on to lap 3 now. And Christian James jumps to the inside of Justin Perry now. James looks like he's now going to go to the lead. Oh, look at him jump all the way down to the inside, right next to that yellow line. We thought somebody was going to get a run on him there and maybe be able to make the pass. And off for looking on back. They're making it right now. Carter Keselowski into third, Andrew Waltrip into second, and the champion Galligan is into 4th. Further back, they're all fanning out. And right now, leading it right now, Christian James, but that's going to change hands, as Andrew Waltrip is going to go to lead. 3 Minnesotans in the top 3 now. Now in the top 2. as Galligan comes in there. Michael Harvey in his comeback of the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series. He raced in Season 1 and 2. He did not race last season, and now he's back trying to kick off a new season with a bang. And Christian Janes and Andrew Waltrip side by side off turn 4. Andrew Waltrip might lead this lap, and he will. Seth Cole looked like he was going to maybe make the move there, but he wasn't able to successfully. And they're 3 wide, just 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, many rows deep there. And now we get an aerial shot of all the cars looking down on the Daytona International Speedway. Come down the backstretch, just a dead drag race between Seth Cole and Andrew Waltrip. Right now, Andrew Waltrip has the lead as that outside line is moving. The inside line here, led by Phil Jones, is getting a big run through 3 and 4 here. And he's actually going to push Seth Cole out to the lead. And Seth Cole is going to lead this lap from Phil Jones by just a matter of a few feet there. And Gino Harvey looks inside, trying to create a line of his own, and he did, but then John Worry and Phil Jones slammed the door on Harvey. The outside line is really starting to fade. There's only a few cars out there now, but now a bunch of cars jump up there, and including the leader, Phil Jones. Phil's going to go to the lead, but they're 3 wide further back with 2 Hendrick cars. And actually 3 now as Chris Summers is coming to the inside. And the 5 on the outside there, Alexander Dawson, fades. So we will not have 3-way battle here with Hendrick. One thing we do need to mention is now Sean Galligan and Chris Summers are MFN PRA teammates. Chris, who has switched over from the EPRL, has now joined with Galligan. They're teammates that way. And coming off of turn 2, looking on back, they're still making it pretty clean here. There's really been very slight contact today, and that's good. And now a 2-car breakaway here is going to be between Kurt Keselowski and Gino Harvey. And Kurt pushes Harvey through 3 and 4, and the top 3 are Dodges, and they are single file, and Chris Summers gets single file now. Cars shuffling everywhere. It looks like the top 4 and possibly the top 5 will eventually get single file here. And they're 3 wide further back, and Matthew McMurray, he's having a rough day right now. Currently running last. Not a good day here for Matthew. And Kurt Keselowski still leads it, but here comes a line on the inside led by Danny Wells. Danny Wells getting big help from Chris Summers. Summers looks inside Danny, and he's not going to be able to just yet, but here he comes. Chris Summers to the inside, and it looks like he's going to go to the lead through turns 3 and 4. Season 2's champion, Chris Summers, will lead out of turn number 4. Cars fanning out, and it looks like they're going to be okay right now. Dion Petty with a big run. Chris leads this lap, but here comes Dion Petty. Dion to the inside, and he will take the lead with a lot of help there from Pacioli. If you look back on Pacioli right now in the Motorcraft Ford, looking onto the inside, there you see the 99, a rookie, John Worry, coming to the inside. Dion Petty, he is still a rookie. He raced last season, but it was only 1 race, so it really isn't considered a season for him. For Kyle Smith, we're considering him not a rookie anymore. He's considered a veteran since he did race more than half last season, more than half the races. They're 3 wide, many rows deep further back, but right now all the leaders are remaining pretty calm. But here comes Pacioli, and he's going to get inside Danny Wells. We're in the center of 1 and 2, and Pacioli has gone to the lead. He will take it down the backstretch, and now he jumps right up in front of Dion. And Garrett Jones struggling now deep in the field. Running last, actually, right now. We go through the field here. There's Matthew McMurray, Julie Stewart, Justin Perry. One driver we do need to mention here, Greg Jones. He was the Bud Shootout winner. Should be interesting to see if he can go back-to-back wins today in Season 4. I don't think he'll be able to. He just seems to be running too far back. There's Austin Anderson, Michael Harvey, Joseph Bryant. And we got a good battle up front now. Gonna have to skip the through the field part because we got a new leader, and it is Charles Jackson. And out of nowhere, Sean Henley has gotten right into this battle. And if he jumps down low, he can get all the help he needs from John Dillon to go to the lead. He's not gonna go for it just yet. Charles Jackson jumps all the way down to the inside, and Henley's trying to get around him. It just doesn't look like he's gonna be able to just yet. John Dillon looks inside. He's got a lot of help from starting last today was Alex Filter. He's worked his way into the top 5, a rookie trying to win the 500 from last place starting position. That would be incredible if he could get that done. And Charles Jackson stuck on the outside. He's going to get hung out to dry. And he's going to have a bunch of drivers jumping up high with them. Further back, Stephen Dillon swerved to the inside there. Pat Shirley tried to squeeze into that gap that they had, but here comes Jacob Lawler. Did I see Garrett Jones go down onto the apron? No. Actually, he was making a move there to make a few positions up. I'm just amazed we haven't wrecked yet. Henley leads this time around, but look at Filter. He's into second now, and Dylan Young in the 41. He's a rookie. Lawler's a rookie. About 3 rookies trail Henley, a veteran. Here comes Jacob Lawler. Can he jump inside there and get help from Dylan Young and go to the lead in the 500? This race is winding down. 8 laps to go. Now it's about 7.5. Can Henley bring it home? Through 3 and 4, they're 3 wide for second. As long as we don't make it 4 wide, I believe we can go caution-free in the 500. Will fuel be an issue? That is a big question coming into today's race here. Henley will lead this lap. The Bud Shootout had a bunch of fuel issues, as that's what basically cost Kyle Smith any possible chance at winning it. Well, he had a possible chance of winning it for sure, because he was leading him about 100 yards before the finish line when he got passed. But fuel will more than likely be an issue today, and it could happen here in the next few laps. Here comes Phil Jones to the inside. Speaking of Kyle Smith, charging on the inside, he's got all the help he needs from Evan Earnhardt. Kyle Smith to the inside, and now to the lead. Evan Earnhardt pushing him out there. Looking on back, nobody will take pit stops this time. Kyle Smith jumps down low in front of Evan Earnhardt. 6 laps to go in the 500. Will Kyle Smith be able to bring it home? 3 wide further back. Schwartz getting a run. He's going to be pushing Evan Earnhardt. And Henley's stuck on the outside, and Phil Jones is going to jump in front of him. There is the back end of Phil Jones. He is catching up to him, and they can maybe do a tandem here to the front. As you see further up, Kyle Smith is now stuck on the outside, and Henley's going to be catching him as we come out of turn 4. Now Dylan Young jumps right in front of these guys. Courtney Simpson coming back up to the front of the pack. This time by, it is 5 laps to go. Who's going to win the 500? Andrew Schwartz. He has a second chance at winning this race. Last season, he came oh so close to winning it, just to come shy due to Jake Baskinger wrecking him. Zach Buchanan goes to the lead. This is where fuel mileage could start to become an issue. Evan Earnhardt tries to shoot the gap. He isn't able to, and now Austin Anderson jumps inside. Can Austin get it done? Through 3 and 4, Courtney Simpson trying to get around Austin, and pit stops will happen. Cars jumping onto pit road. Trouble! Garrett Jones gets turned on his way to pit road, and Michael Harvey might run him over here. Will that bring out a caution? Jack Richards gets turned. Is that going to bring out a caution? No, it will not. And that is a good thing. Otherwise, that could have ended the race, and that would have been very confusing. There's Garrett Jones. He has to back into his pit stall. And Ziggy Bain pushing Chris Summers. Those two aren't exactly getting along right there. And, alright. The top 4 now have broken away from pretty much the entire pack there. Phil Jones, Sean Henley. This pack is getting very spread out after all these pit stops have happened. Jack Richards, did he just decide to stay out? I guess he did. That's not exactly a smart idea. He should have pulled it down into the pits. He knew he had damage. And that's just very confusing why he would not pit, but oh well. And this time by, Zach Buchanan has taken a pit stop. Julie Stewart, John Dillon, CJ Sorensen, all the leaders are taking pit stops now. Courtney Simpson pulling out of the pits. Will she be able to get this race? It's 4 laps to go for her. And I believe it's going to be 4 to go for pretty much everybody. I'm not sure about the guys on pit road. Yeah, they're actually 1 lap less. Cars coming up to speed. Zach Buchanan, Andrew Schwartz lead them off pit road. Will the pack run them down? There's Carter Kozlowski pulling back onto the track. Where's Courtney Simpson? Because I believe she won the race off pit road of the other drivers here. Jack Richards is now on pit road. Okay, who has cycled back to the lead? Courtney Simpson and Austin Anderson have charged up to the front. But they still need to beat Buchanan off. Here comes Austin in the 32. And where is Simpson? There is Simpson further back in the 16 Oscar Mayer car. Now the pit stops have cycled through. Garrett Jones still sitting on pit road. He will probably finish last after having pit road troubles. Who's going to win this race? Zach Buchanan leads. He needs drafting help, and he's going to get that from Schwartz. But Buchanan slowed down in front of Schwartz, and now he's going to look inside. 2 laps to go in the 500. Who's going to win this? Buchanan and Schwartz are side by side. Austin Anderson is into 3rd now. Simpson and CJ Sorensen trying to get a 2-car tandem going. They are running 4 miles an hour faster than the leaders. Can CJ and Courtney Simpson run down the leaders in time? They're still 4 miles an hour faster. Can they get there? CJ and Courtney Simpson have to stay hooked together if they're going to win this race. They have to stay hooked together, get to the lead, and then they can make their move. They're still outdoing the leaders just by not as much speed as they were before. I don't know if they'll be able to catch them. They're still flying. White flag. Simpson looks outside. CJ, now she crosses inside. I think that might have wrecked any chance of them winning the 500. They're still flying, though. Who's going to win this race? Zach Buchanan leading it. Simpson and CJ charging. They create a line of their own, and now Courtney Simpson jumps to the outside. Austin Anderson goes low. Simpson has no drafting help. Buchanan into turn 3 for the final time. Can she get it? Can he get it done? Simpson in behind Austin Anderson, trying to push him to the lead. Out of turn 4 for the final time. Courtney Simpson looks low on Austin Anderson. It's not going to matter. Zach Buchanan wins the 500. Great finish there by Buchanan. Good job by Austin Anderson, Courtney Simpson, CJ Sorensen, and Schwartz. They all finished inside the top 5. I just cannot believe Simpson and CJ. I cannot believe the run that they got on these guys. There's Galligan and Carter Keselowski, Dion Petty, Seth Cole. They just, after those pit stops happened, they just faded like crazy. So I had bad pit stops. Garrett Jones is probably going to finish last. Unfortunately, Garrett Jones got turned onto pit road. He's going to finish last. Jack Richards is probably going to end up 41st. Oh, he's actually going to be 39th. That's a lot better. So, after a very crazy finish, we'll go back up to the leaders here. There he is. Zach Buchanan is the 500 champion. There's the results. Zach Buchanan won it by exactly 1/10 over Austin Anderson. 3rd, Courtney Simpson. 4th, Andrew Schwartz. And 5th, CJ Sorensen. Jacob Lawler was the last car that finished in the 2nd pack of cars. Then Jacob Lawler led the 3rd pack of cars there. Or no, I believe that... See, actually, I believe that's... Yeah, Jacob Lawler was the last car in the 2nd pack of cars, and then Matthew McMurray was the first one in the next pack. Garrett Jones ends up 5 laps down, John Worry 4 laps down, and Mitch Speed 1 lap down after wrecking onto pit road. We did not have any cautions in this race, and that is something that very, very rarely happens. We did not have that in Season 2 or Season 3. Yeah, we only had that in Season 1. I believe it was only the first 2 races. I believe the Bud Shootout and the Daytona 500 were both caution-free. So, congratulations to Zach Buchanan. And second place was a rookie. Yep, the top 5, 4 of the top 5 were veterans, and that just proves you need experience in this series to at least contend for a win. But actually, that doesn't really prove anything, considering Austin Anderson almost won the race. So, great job, Zach Buchanan. Here is his celebration screen.